This is Matt from MGMT Boston. On this episode of Lantern, we are with Hiten from RISE Robotics. Hiten, what are you and your team building here?
So here at RISE Robotics, we make existing machines better and new machines possible. Specifically, we've invented a new technology called beltdraulics. And beltdraulics is 3 times faster, 3 times more efficient, and 3 times more durable than hydraulic systems. And the increased efficiency allows us to take existing heavy machines and electrify them, which is something that is very challenging to do with hydraulics in them.
We are in the lab in Somerville today. A lot of machines behind us and technology that you guys are building. So what is going on in your startup as we enter the end of 2025 into 2026? Like, what are you all focused on?
So I joined the company to take it to its next stage of growth. We have primarily been a research and development company doing a lot of engineering, but my charter was to take the company to product. And so we're going through this commercialization phase in the company. And this year, we did something that was groundbreaking for RISE. We shipped our first commercial order, had it deployed, it's pilot running in the field, and that's with our cylinders. And more recently, we started a pilot with our liftgates, which is a second product that we're working on, where we're building the whole thing.
And next year, it sounds like you're commercially scaling to dozens, hundreds, customers, product lines, if that's accurate?
Yes, we're targeting roughly $3 million in revenues next year.
That's awesome.
Commercial revenues. We also have a contract with the Department of Defense that we were selected for, but haven't yet received because of what's happening with the government, but we'll be working on that as well next year.
And I think I might have seen this on the internet, but you guys are doing something interesting with an equity crowdfunding campaign. One of the best performing equity crowdfunding campaigns as it relates statistically pretty much since its inception. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. So when I joined RISE, one of the things Aaron Acosta, the previous CEO and co-founder of the company, who's still with the company, mentioned to me that we had 1,500 followers, and a lot of vendors that would come in and visit us and deliver things would ask what we're doing because they were fascinated by the space and the heavy stuff that we're working with. And once we told them what we were working on, they'd all ask if they could invest. As we started thinking about our next round and how we were going to raise money, we said, hey, why don't we try equity crowdfunding? So there's this regulation passed by the SEC that allows you to raise up to $5 million in 12 months, and you can raise it from retail investors. So we opened our previous round to retail investors, and it's done remarkably well. We are #1 crowdfunded fundraiser of all time in the Boston area, and we're top 80 of all time. So almost 10,000 companies have tried to raise money using crowdfunding, and we're in the top 80, which is incredible.
That's pretty cool. Now, you've had an awesome career that spans some years from iRobot to now RISE and a few stops in between. What would you pass back to up-and-coming builders about what it takes to build a hardware technology company like this?
Yeah, I would say that it's harder than you think. So going in, you have to be prepared to be resilient. And because it's harder than you think, one of the things that you have to do is to try to do as less as possible. Because if you take on too much, then you typically run out of money, which is what happens to a lot of companies as they go through this valley of death where they've taken on too much. So my recommendation is really work on that MVP, work with the customer, and always ask the customer, well, do you really need this? And once you've dialed that MVP down, that increases your odds of success.
Yeah, and for those who want to learn more about RISE Robotics and how we can help you grow here in Boston and beyond, how can we help?
Yeah, so to understand more about RISE Robotics, you can check us out on our website, riserobotics.com, and you can also learn about the crowdfunding campaign there. But I think the thing that would be most helpful long-term would be for you to start a hardware company here in the Boston area that's going to attract more investors, and a rising tide lifts all boats.
This is Hiten, the CEO of RISE Robotics, Matt from MGMT Boston, this episode of Lantern. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.